Hello and welcome to Pilates. My name is Louise from Ambarre and I'm going to be teaching you today a Pilates class all based on the mat. We're going to start off with a little bit of light breathing and mobilisation of the joints, and then in our main section we're going to target all of the major muscle groups. So we're going to do a little bit of hips, some glutes, we're going to work on the back and also of course some core strengthening, and there'll be some stretches in there as well. So I hope you enjoy it, I hope you're ready. If not, pause the video now, grab yourself a mat, that's all you're going to need for today's class, and of course listen out for the options. So we are going to start today's class in a box position. So you're going to place your hands underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, making sure the back is nice and long here to start out, and then on the inhale here you're going to drop your belly button down towards your mat, send your tailbone up to the ceiling and take your gaze forwards. On the exhale, you're going to tuck your chin, taking your gaze down towards your knees, and inhale, dropping the belly. So doing our cat-cows here, to just get in tune with the breath, start to connect breath to movement here, and also to mobilise the spine. Two more here. Last one. Finding your flat back here, somewhere in the middle. You're going to take your left hand here and place it in the centre. On the inhale here, your right hand is going to open up to the ceiling, and on the exhale, you're going to take a thread through here. And again, inhale. And exhale, thread. So this is to open up the upper back here and also to find our rotation so that the spine is nice and warm. Last one. And changing sides here. So this time centering the right hand. On the inhale, we're reaching up. And exhale, thread. Now don't worry if you're quite tight in this position. Work with whatever you've got. Just starting to mobilise the body, get a little bit warm, wake up that back, and get ready for the main section. Last one here. And back to our box position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. You're going to curl the toes under. On our inhale here, we're going to prepare, and then on the exhale, you're just going to float your knees off of the mat. Inhale to tap the knees down. Exhale to float. Inhale, tap. Exhale, float. So we're just doing a few of these here. Now this is more of a muscle activation exercise here, so you should feel that core switching on. You should feel those quads starting to fire up here. Just a couple more. And last one. And then just take a child's pose here. Reach the hands forward and just twist your palms up to the ceiling just to release any tension on those wrists. And palms down. From here, back to our lovely box. We're just going to take one leg out to a half plank, other leg out to join, and other leg, right leg in, back leg in. So we come out, out, in, and in. You can just breathe naturally here, keeping those hips nice and level, changing leading leg here, coming out, out, in. On your next one, you're going to hold that plank. Inhale here. On the exhale, lift the hips up to the ceiling, press the heels down to the floor in your downward dog. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the right leg. Inhale, return the foot. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left leg lift. Inhale, return. So just in your own time here. If this gets too much, guys, and you want to do this on the knees, you can miss out the downward dog and come into a child's pose. Same breath pattern as the hips go back. Exhale, inhale, return. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. How are we doing? I'm sure we're doing fabulously. Enjoy that lovely stretch as the hips come back. Last one on each side here. And then from here we're going to slowly lower ourselves all the way down to our mat. And we're going to take the hands behind the back and you're going to rest one cheek down to the floor so that our face is side down here. We're going to do the double leg pull, which is a classic Pilates exercise. So I'll just demonstrate here and then you guys can give it a go. We inhale to prepare, we take 2 short exhales and the heels pump towards the hips. On the inhale here, lift the body up and away from the mat, extend the arms, and then changing hands, we're on the other side. Inhale up, and back down. So hopefully you're joining me here. So this is to strengthen our hamstrings here as we bring the heels towards us. Also think about strengthening the back extensors and the flexibility of the quadriceps, which is the muscle at the front of the leg. As you lift the body up, make sure you do keep your gaze down to the floor and you're not tempted to look forward here, yeah? Remember to keep your neck nice and long. Last set here. And then from here we're going to come onto our side. So ready to get into some hips here. So your side lying position, you're going to bring your underneath knee so that it's in line with your hip here. And then top leg is just going to sit on top. You can lie on your arm just for the purpose of recording. I'm just going to prop myself up here. We inhale to prepare. On the exhale, you're going to float that top leg off. Inhale, tap down. Exhale to lift up. Inhale to tap. So we're going to be doing a few of these. Your hand can stay here where it is. It can come onto the hip. It can come to the side of the head. Wherever you want to go. We're focusing here now on strengthening the hips. And you're going to start to feel this burn into the glute med, which is that little muscle on the outside of your hip. Exhaling here on the effort. Enjoy that lovely stretch across the hips as you lift that leg up. There's that burn. There it is. You've got 2 more here. On the second one, we're going to keep it lifted. Inhale to extend the foot away. Exhale to bring that knee even further in front of you here. Inhale to press away. Now this might be where we want to move our arm to make way for the leg. What I want you to think about here is to keep that knee lifted, yeah? I know this is when it does start to burn into that glute. And this is when the breath work is really going to help us, yeah? Tuning into that breath to get the most out of the movement. Imagine you're pressing something really heavy away from you. How about a car? Pushing the car away with your strong leg, your strong hamstring, pointing all the way out to the foot here. Last 2. Last one, holding the extension here. We are going to circle the foot forward. So you might want to take the hand onto the hip for this one to keep it nice and still. Breathing naturally here. We've got 5 circles forward. Nice big circles with the toe. Keep that hip nice and still. And once you've done your 5, we're going to reverse the other way. Glutes on fire. It's just what we want. Strengthening the hip. Strengthening the glutes. And last one here. Bring that knee in towards you, give the hip a little bit of a bash, bringing it back to life, and then from here we're going to come onto our elbow. We're going to go into a side plank. Your option one, you're going to keep your knees together, the arm lifts up. We inhale to lift the hips up, reach the hands over, exhale to come down. Inhale, lift the hips up, exhale down. Option two, one leg long, same thing. Option three, both legs long, feet stacked. I'm going to go for option two today, otherwise I get a little bit wobbly when I try to talk as well. Choose your weapon, coming with me, and what we're really interested in all of the options here is just lightly tapping the hips down and not coming down with a thud. We want to be in control of this movement. So the purpose of this exercise is to strengthen the obliques here, so part of your core, your waist muscles. You might feel it a little bit in those glutes after the exercises that we've just done. That is fine. Think about squeezing as we lift up. Two more here. Last one. Slowly coming down. Bend the top leg if you haven't done already. Bend the underneath leg. We're just going to take a lovely stretch over the legs here. And on the inhale, melting down to the elbow, reaching up and over towards the hand. And exhale. If this stretch is a bit uncomfortable for you, do what you can. You might want to close those legs a little bit closer together. That can make it a little bit more attainable, but it might feel a bit uncomfortable in the hip. Or if you're lucky, it might feel quite nice. Last one here, we're going to stay on the elbows. Now you might want to shift yourself forward slightly for the next one, what we're going to do. You're going to bring your knees together, you're on your elbow here, hand is to the head. We inhale to prepare, and on the exhale, you're going to extend that arm, and you're going to come to a seated position, option one. Option two, bringing the legs to a tabletop. Option three, extending the legs here. Yeah, so we're inhaling here. Choose your weapon. Thinking about flattening out the back here if you can. You're just going through all of those options for you. And take the body with you here, yeah? That's why you want to extend the arms so that the body is kind of facing the legs there. Couple more here. And last one. And then just taking a full seated position here on your mat. Starting off with bent legs, we're going to go for the C curve. So we inhale here, sitting tall. On the exhale, just relaxing over the legs. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, C curve away. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale over the legs. Inhale. And exhale. Options here, if this is really pulling on your hips, then just allow the hands to make contact with the legs. So you've got the support here. Another option, if you want to progress this one into more of a hamstring stretch, is that you do this with the legs long. Slight gap in between those legs. And I just want you to be wary here of the placement of the chin as you come back here. So slight tuck here, don't drop the chin completely to your chest. Imagine you've got an orange or something similar just underneath your chin there. So we're not crunching the neck, but we are slightly curving inwards to create that lovely C shape. Using that breath here, exhale back. Last couple here. Now this next option, we're going to go for the roll down. Okay, so we are exhaling here to roll all the way down. Inhale to tap the hands behind you. Quick shuffle away from our wardrobe. And exhale, option one here. You're just going to take a little crunch. And then inhale to come back. Yeah, that is your option 1. Your option 2, on that exhale, you're going to sit yourself all the way up. Inhale, sit tall, and we're back into our exhale here for the forward fold. So we're kind of adding the 2 exercises together. So we're thinking about here ironing out any kinks in the spine. Try not to use momentum if you're coming all the way up. Enjoying that lovely stretch over the legs on the forward fold, or if you're going for that option 1 here, think about drawing the ribs towards the hips, strengthening those abdominals. A lot of shifting in this room, in my tiny little box room. Last couple of option 1 or last rep in your option 2. And then from here, we're going to open the arms up. I'm just going to slightly shift so that I'm not banging into anything, which can be a struggle at times. I think it's okay. So you're going to open your arms out to the side. On the exhale, we're just bringing the arms in. Maybe if I come this way. There we go. And then on the inhale, open the arms out. So think about engaging the core here as we come in. And then we're just going to start to add a single leg tabletop as the arms come in. And then alternating sides. So this is your option 1. Your option 2. Both feet here are going to lift. Inhale to tap. Coming in. Just being careful here, guys. When I teach this one, I always see the heels coming towards the hips. Keep the heels a good distance away from the hips as you come down here. We want to maintain that right angle in the legs the whole time. Making sure here as well that back isn't arching away from the mat. Neutral spine here, so keeping the hips nice and still where they are. No extra movement from the back. If there is, go back to option 1. We don't want to put any extra strain in our back. This is about strengthening the core and just developing a deeper understanding of what our bodies can do, and then seeing where we can go from there. You've got 2 more here. On our last one, we're going to float the arms down, this time palms down to the floor. Option 1 here, we're just going to do a knee drop and the feet are going to stay on the floor. So this is more of a rotation and a release for the back, this option. So we inhale to drop the knees over to one side. Exhale to return. Inhale to the other side. Exhale to return. Option 2. Lift the knees up. Let's see how I get on in my little room here. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale to drop the knees over. And exhale to bring it back. So as you return those legs here, you're using the core to control the movement of those legs back into the center. Your arms are out to the side and they are there to assist this movement here and engage those muscles. Keeping this nice and controlled. Remember, as you come back into the center, your tabletop should be coffee table worthy. So you should be able to put your coffee on your shins and it shouldn't spill. Last 2. And coming to that last one. We're going into our option 1 here. So our feet are on the floor, hands are up to the top. We take one leg up to tabletop and we drop it down, other leg lift and we drop it down. So here we're just thinking about finding that tabletop position, a little bit of endurance here. Your option 2 here, we are starting in tabletop. We inhale here to drop our right foot down, left arm back, exhale to return, other side. And then your option 3 is going to be to extend the leg, quick glance down to check I'm not going to hit the jaw. So So here guys, maintaining your core strength here. Don't allow the back to peel away from the floor as you do this one. Keep that connection between the ribs and the hips. Try not to speed this one up. It can be tempting, but we want to keep control of the movement. It also makes it a bit harder the slower we do it. We don't want to be cutting any corners. One more on each side here. We're going to go into the 100, so option 1, feet on the floor, palms down, pumping the arms here, inhale for 5, and then exhale for 5 pumps. Option 2, the feet are up in the tabletop, we're pumping the arms, inhale for 5, exhale for 5, draw the belly button towards you. Your option 3, we're extending the legs here at 45 degrees, practically vibrating on the spot as I do this one. Really pumping those arms. How close are we to 100? Anybody counting? Let's just do 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in towards you. Whew, amazing stuff. Take a full body stretch. And then all we got to do is the second side, starting off with our side lying. So get yourself set up, have a sip of water if you'd like. I'm going to come straight down here and we're starting off with our hip strengthening exercise. So your knees in line with your hip, other leg comes on top. You can lower yourself down. I'm going to come this way so that I can still talk to you. Inhale to prepare. On the exhale, float that knee up. Inhale to come down. Exhale to open. Inhale to tap. One thing really important here, guys, is that we don't open up the legs too much and sit back on our hips, yeah? Because then we're actually going to lose the tension that we're trying to build on in the hip. So just be careful that you're not doing that. If you feel that you are, it's a good reason to put your hand down here. You've got 3 more here. Starting to feel that burn. On that third one, keep the knee lifted. We inhale here to extend. On the exhale, flex the foot, pull the knee in towards you. Inhale, extend. Let's take that arm away. So really bring the knee all the way into your chest here. Remember, you can come down here. Press your car of choice. I like visualizing a car, it makes me feel strong. Press it away from you there. It also helps to engage the hamstrings and those muscles. If you imagine it, you're pressing something away. We're not just bending and straightening the leg, we're using those muscles. Just 2 more here. Last one, you're going to hold the extension. Hand to the hip here. We're circling forwards for 5 and back. Don't be afraid to let that foot carry behind you. Lifting up and over. Nice big circles with the foot. Last one. Don't rush it. And reverse. Up and over. Ooh. I think we've got one more. Float that leg down. Ooh, bring the knees together. Give that hip a little bash back to life. We're coming onto our elbow, going into our side planks here. Planks. Arm comes up to the ceiling. Option 1, we are here, both legs bent. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap down the hips. Option 2, one leg extend. Option 3, stacking the feet here. Tapping those hips down and up. So strengthen the obliques on the second side. This is a really good way to test if we're sitting into our elbow. If we're here, it's going to be really hard to lift the hips up. So when we do other side lying things, which we haven't actually done in today's class, but I often talk about not sitting into your shoulder, like we're watching TV. So this is what I mean, and it's just kind of good to feel where your body is in the space as well. So doing these exercises is going to help to encourage all the right muscles when we go into our side lying series. 2 more here. Last one. Bring yourself up. Take a lovely stretch over those legs. Inhale here to melt. Stretching over. Exhale here. Over to the other side. Inhale, reach. And exhale back. And inhale. And last one here. Coming onto that elbow. Scoot yourself slightly forwards onto that mat. Ready to go into our side, into our seated position here for your option 1. Your option 2. Feet off the floor. And we're at option 3. Long legs here. Taking the hips with you. We're exhaling to come back. Lengthen that arm, straighten the back. Bring the shoulders with you as well. How are we doing? This is our last exercise, guys, and then we are done. Last 2 here. Last one. And just bend the knees underneath you. A few options here to take us into our cool down. Either hands behind the knees. We're going into a lovely C curve and lift. Or we've got rolling like a ball. The breath is different this time. So you curve yourself away. We inhale to come back. We exhale just to float the feet off. Option 3, open leg rocker. Take a hold of one foot, then the other. Inhale to come back. Exhale to sit tall. I was shocked myself there that I did that one. I thought I was going to go over. Couple more here. Last one. And then wherever you are, just melt yourself down to the mat. Oh, we're just going to take a very short cool down stretch. A little bit of relaxation while we're there, just to finish off the class. Really good job, guys. We're going to start off just taking the right knee into the chest. Extend the foot up to the ceiling. And just taking some circles of the ankle here. Lengthening out the hamstring and the calf. And circle around the other way. And then just dropping that top ankle onto the opposite knee. You can stay here or you can pull the left leg in towards you. We're just going to take some head and neck turns here to make sure that we're not losing that chin up to the ceiling, but keeping the spine nice and long. Letting go of any tension that has built up in the neck. Coming back into the centre. Keep the top foot where it is, just drop the bottom foot down to the floor. Open the arms out to the side, and we're just going to drop the foot across here. So we're in a nice spinal release, looking towards the opposite hand. Oh, lovely little click off the back there. And coming back to the centre, place the top foot down, this time left leg in towards you. And then extending the leg up to the ceiling, taking some ankle circles here. And around the other way. And then just dropping that ankle onto the opposite knee. Stay here or pull yourself through. Head and neck turns, always a nice way to keep the spine extended. Oh, this glute is feeling tighter than the other. Just taking a couple of moments here just to settle in, melt into this stretch. We finish off with glutes, so they might be a little bit spicy. So just take a few breaths here to stretch out. Last breath. Underneath foot goes down onto the floor. Arms open up, and then we take our rotation here, looking away from the legs. Coming back to the centre, and if you want to join me here just for a few deep mindful breaths, then we're just going to take a few moments for ourselves to turn the focus inwards. So just find a comfortable position. It can be on your side, you can be here on your back, legs bent, arms out, arms in. But just allow yourself here to close the eyes. Find a sense of calm. We're going to take an inhale here through the nose. Send the breath down deep into the body, in through the lungs, through to the belly, all the way down through the hips, down into the heels of the feet. And then releasing the air out through the mouth. Just a few more like that, really taking your time to slow the breath down here. Body's heavy into your mat. The face is soft. And just quietly acknowledge what your body has just done for you. Being thankful for the strength that you have. Just give yourself a moment of appreciation for committing to yourself and taking this class. On the next inhale, we're going to take a full body stretch, so you can take the arms above the head, reaching out through the fingertips, out through the toes. Oh, and then exhale to let it all go. Come into your side. And I'm gonna finish it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for that class. Let me know how you found it, and if you have any questions. Have a lovely day, a lovely evening, and I will see you soon.